Greetings, greetings. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How is everyone on this spectacular Saturday? I hope you are all safe and well and hydrated and nourished. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Um, Today, on this little short, excuse me, on this little short video, my dogs are saying hello too. They're greeting everyone. They're saying, "Hi, we're here. I'm here. Do you hear me? Hello, hello." Um, An update on the jobs report. Uh, the United States has lost 23. Oh God, he's making so much noise. The United States has lost 23,000 jobs. 23,000 jobs. Because Make America Great Again is not making America great again. So 23,000 job losses. And I still say that that's an inaccurate number. It's probably higher because what they have been doing, they've been cooking the books because they're not honest and truthful about anything. And well, we all know this. Um, but that's very bad. That's very bad. So you add that, you add the significant job losses, and then you add the high food prices, and then you add gas prices and energy prices. Um, we are in a depression. We are in a depression. We're at the tip of the iceberg of a depression. Um, they haven't said it yet because, of course, they won't say it because, well, they like to cover everything up. This is the toupee wearing administration. They like to cover up the bald patches, you know? Speaking of which, his new wig is quite the bird's nest, isn't it? I'm a natural person, and I think if you have hair loss as a man, accept it as a woman, um, you know, wear turbans or something. But that fake hair look, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I have seen some wigs and some weaves that look really really good and they look natural. But anyway, yeah. This is the toupee administration. The toupee go away because the bald spots are are better than bullshit, you know? Um, yeah, so how's everybody's how's your grocery prices going? How much more are you paying right now for groceries? How much more are you paying for groceries? No, you're a little confused. Maybe that's what you're doing right now. Mm-hmm. Get off my page. You're blocked. These people are on their minds. Okay. And it looks like they're from a foreign country. Yeah. No. Tell your mama to do that, okay? Tell your mama to do that with an audience. But anyway, getting back to where we are economically, yeah, how much more are you paying for everything? I know I'm paying a hell of a lot more for everything that I was buying prior, and it really sucks to be quite honest. It really, really does. Um, so maybe for those of you who thought that he was going to make America great again, maybe you're all realizing that The only thing he made great again is his finances and his family's finances and all of his investments. He hasn't made anything great again for anybody else. Um, so a lot of people, like on social media, they portray a lifestyle that they're living a high life, and they're big ballers and everything, but most of them are living on credit, and that's how people live. They live on credit, or they have inheritances, or they're living off of a trust fund. But for the everyday average working person, that's not the real world. That's definitely not the real world. Hold on. Yeah, this is our current times. Um, so, in addition to all this that's going on, we also have limited munitions to be able to defend ourselves because of this illegal war that we entered into with Iran. Like I said in previous videos, you're never going to pass the sun. So Iran is the sun, and America is the moon. And you cannot pass the sun. You cannot pass the sun. So whatever you're hearing, whatever people are hearing, that the Strait of Hormuz is open, it's not. It's not. This is the lie. These are the lies that they tell on these corporate media outlets, and they have their followers that are so gullible that they believe anything that's told to them, anything that they hear, without doing any kind of critical thinking to say, well, wait a second, hold on. It's like, well, if there's a leak, where's the leak coming from? You know what I mean? They don't look into anything. They're like little toddlers that you can tell children. You can read them a fantasy story. You can read them like a story about Jack and Jill, and then they'll believe it. They'll believe everything, because that's what happens when you're naive and you're gullible. You believe everything that's told to you. You believe everything that you see. You absorb that, and then that becomes your personality. It's like the blind leading the blind. Yeah. This is where things are. This is where things are. But another breaking news on my end, um, this is going to sound really crazy. I had a crazy dream that President Putin, that Putin asked me to marry him. Where that came from, I have no freaking idea. That's insane, right? Yeah. President Putin asked me to marry him. And then I said, I'll have to get back to you. I'll have to check with my agent. No, I didn't say that. That's when I woke up. I was like, okay. And no, I don't drink alcohol. I don't do any type of controlled substances. I don't do anything. It was just a crazy dream, and I just had to say that. But oh my God, I have to stop watching all these political news outlets. But I did look on my channel, and I did see that I have people from Russia that have been watching my YouTube channel. So who knows? Maybe I have a Russian spy that has eyes on me. They're watching me. Maybe it's one of my distant relatives from my grandfather's side, because I am Russian. I am part Russian. Um, that's wild story. But anyway, everybody, I wish I had better news to tell everybody about what's happening in our global economy, but I don't. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, watch the news. Even Fox News, they're reporting on it. Could you imagine? Well, they have no choice. They have to report on it. They have to report on it. You know, it's like the big cover up is exposed, and the big cover up is all the lies that we've been hearing. The lies that we've been hearing. Speaking of lies and cover ups and being rotten to people, there's this artist guy named Scott Lebedo, and Mr. Scotty was at the Nights Out event in Staten Island, and he's a little twerpy kind of guy. He's like 5 foot, maybe he's 5'2", 5'3". Anyway, he's very loud. He's a very loud mouth kind of guy. Well, he was yelling and carrying on and fussing about, spewing all kinds of obscenities to Ma'am Mamdani. And, they say God don't like ugly. Well, he ended up having a heart attack. Yeah, little Scotty had a heart attack. Little Scotty had a heart attack. And, when you're a rotten person, and you're filled with venom and you spew nothing but venom and hatred, it comes back at you. It comes back at you, And he's so anti-Democrat, yet this guy's an artist. So I'm pretty sure he has Medicaid for his health insurance. Okay, I'm pretty sure he has Medicaid for his health insurance. It's people like him that they'll utilize the system for their own benefit, and then they'll go against the party that doesn't want to make the cuts to the benefits that they're utilizing. You understand? So so that's one person, and then we all heard about what happened with Perez Hilton. Now Perez Hilton made his money by bashing people and gossiping. And if y'all remember when Britney Spears had her mental health crisis and she unraveled in the public side, this was before Instagram and all that and before TikTok. Well, he mocked her endlessly. So when you do stuff like that to people and you're making money off of the pain and suffering of others, and even if you're not making money, if you're just like, you're just being hateful and vengeful, like what this guy Scott Lobato was about, what he was, the stuff he would say, it comes back. And there's another one, the podcaster Tasha K. She's always negative. I know it's gossip and it's blogging and this, that, and the other, but your people gotta, you gotta rein it in. You gotta rein it in. If you're gonna have commentary about people and what they're doing, put a lid on it. Don't go so deep and get so vicious and spew such hatred and go on these attacks on people, because it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you, guarantee. I mean, we've all gossiped about everybody, about different people. I don't think there's anyone that has ever said, not said something about other people, and you've done it like in a group or whatever. But, watch what you're saying, watch your words, and especially if you have a public platform, watch how you speak about people. Because what you put out, you're going to get back. Now, do I have a few people that I don't have nice words to say? Yes, I do. And do I wish them good? No, I don't. I wish them to have the life that they deserve. Let them have the pain and suffering that I experienced by their action. Okay? One person in particular, a little crap bag, but God don't like ugly. He'll get his, and maybe one day his testicles will explode. Yeah, and I said that, and that I stand by. That's a POS that I reported for raping me. But because I didn't come forward in time, allegedly that there's nothing that they can do. But God remembers. That's for sure. You know, when you're not right with people, trust and believe it comes back to you. It comes back to you and it hits you like a bag of shit. Yes, it does. 100%. But anyway, enough of that garbage and riffraff. Waste my energy on a piece of shit. Ugh, even discussing that person. Yep. People like that, they inhale. God will make them inhale sand. God will make them inhale sand one day. That's just how it goes. People like that get theirs. They certainly do. But other than that, I hope everybody has a great Saturday. Hope whatever you're doing today, it's going to be a good one. And stay safe, stay well. Remember, stock up on what you need because everything, as we see, is going up. Everything keeps going up. And you know, there's so much stuff that's going on out here that's not being made public to us. But then after they have high numbers of incidents, then they start reporting on stuff. That's just how they do stuff. We live in a very a covert type of government and a conspiratorial government. We most certainly do. But anyway, everybody, have a good day. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and I'll be back. Enjoy your day. Bye.